lease that allows Gilva and the Economic Development Board kind of free and clear use of that building for what we deemed are important economic development projects. It allows us to use it in a flexible, timely manner to do some things strategically that we're cooking up kind of in the big cauldron, which you can read at the Strategic Action Plan on our website, which is ornebraska.com, and then just look on the left-hand side. That will give you an idea as to what we're looking at for this building, both long-term and short-term. That was something that we were able to negotiate relatively quickly, bring some resolution to that, and remove any debt associated with that building off of the books, which is also good. Gives us, again, like I said, some flexibility to do some things strategically.
That lease was actually with Galva, with ED. They were allowing us space there as part of their contribution towards the effort.
Oh, I see.
That was their portion of the money rather than money.
Yeah, absolutely.
They didn't pay any live cash, they just
Right.
let us use.
Yes.
Thanks, Caleb.
Any other questions with regard to the quarterly report?
The CDBG owner occupied homeowner rehab grant, we're just in the process of obtaining those.
And I did want to ask, I noticed that there is a line right here towards the bottom. Would you prefer that I stick around for that, or?
It doesn't matter. Basically, we just need to decide if the council wants to review all the applications or have a committee review it as opposed to bringing them all here, so.
If you have a recommendation, you could just tell it now.
I think it would be better suited for your time as well as the community's time to have a committee for that, personally.
Yeah, I don't know if people want to work with all of us. I think this board. Smaller group would be good.
Any other questions, Caleb?
I have something here highlighted that I do want to point out on sales tax loan fund for the fiscal year of 08-09. At the time, it was stated of the 28 loans on the books, one was delinquent, one was in default. There has been change in that status. The delinquent account has been paid, as I understand, has been brought up to good standing, so that has been addressed, and we can cross that off. So there's, in fact, one that had been found in default, processed through court, and we're in the process of
We've obtained a judgment. We're trying to work out a payment plan with them toward the judgment at this time. But a judgment was obtained. The city is still secured on that with a deed of trust on the real estate, given the amount that's owed and the value of the property. The city's well secured.
So with all of that in mind, I would just happily like to say at this time we have a heck of a good standing loan portfolio that has had significant utilization, which when I go out and I talk with my colleagues across the state, some communities like Valentine, for instance, cannot beg the private sector to utilize their funds. And as I see it, this is one way to stimulate economic growth in a time where there's opportunities to go after economic growth, and I'm excited to be able to utilize this loan fund.
Anything else? Ask for a motion to approve the report.
I'd make a motion to approve the quarterly Valley County Economic Development Report for spring 2009.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second to approve the Valley County ED Board quarterly report. Any further discussion? If not, we'll have roll call.
Carson?
Yes.
Goldfish?
Yes.
Holmes?
Yes.
Petzka?
Yes.
Effenbaugh?
Yes.
Stumple?
Yes. Okay, Chamber.
Who missed that?
We do have a sales tax loan modification.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Go ahead.
In reference to the 2008-03 sales tax loan, the only change within the loan is in fact due to overall construction costs elevating at that time. If I understand the loan, you should have that in front of you. There was an increase of, I believe, $50,000 by the private lender, and then a cash infusion of nearly $40,000 by the private individual. There is no change in the status of the sales tax loan that's being administered by the City of Ord, nor will that have any negative effect on our overall sales tax funds committed as of 3/19/09 and sales tax funds available for use. Those numbers would stay the same. So not only do we have no change in those, but there wouldn't be any impact on any future loans that we can make based on that modification. I ask that you approve that as advised by the Sales Tax Loan Committee.
The only comment I would have on the repayment terms of it, this particular individual did request annual payments. If you look at the bottom of it for the repayment, it has the first annual payment being due 1 month after the loan is closed. That's language that I think was meant for monthly payments.
Right.
Because typically we don't do an annual payment until at least the first anniversary. And so with your approval, if you grant that, I would ask that you also change it so that that payment be due on the anniversary date rather than the first month after the loan's closed.
So we're allowing you to use the money for a year before the next payment.
Right. This particular individual requested annual payments rather than quarterly or monthly as has been done most. So,
Because it's standard operating procedures on that kind of little thing.
Yeah, for that type of business it is.
It would be. Seems like a long
Seems like a long
time.
time.
Wait for it, doesn't
So they
it?
pay it the
Yeah.
whole year.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can just on the whole thing for the whole year, so.
That's what they do on that farm.
This would be the first one we've ever done like that?
I don't know that for sure. I didn't look.
We have, they're all monthly or quarterly.
Are they?
Yeah, this was the first one I think that we've done with this on
I would make a motion to approve the loan modification as well as changing the first payment due date to be 1 year or on the anniversary of close.
Have a motion and a second to approve the modification of loan number 2008-03. Also noting that the first payment would be due on the anniversary date or 1 year after the notice signed. Any further discussion? If not, we'll have roll call.
Goldfish?
Yes.
Holmes?
Yes.
Petzka?
Yes.
Eichelbaum?
Yes.
Stumple?
Yes.
Carson?
Yes.
Okay, request to close the street.
Almost done, folks. We're making a request for extraordinary days to, if I have my streets, where's Brenda at, so she can strangle me if I get this wrong.
I have the sheet.
I don't have your sheet. Apologize, I've been out of the loop today. 15th and M Street, is that right?
That would be from at the end of where James ends, the rest of that street to the south, going up into, I call it McCartney's street. You know, it's not gonna go even to the alley, but up there a little ways, as well as head back when you get to M Street, back in front of,
Executive Plaza.
Executive Plaza.
well, no, I'm going east.
Oh,
A little
Oh,
bit
you're gonna
in
go
front,
east.
a little bit, just, that's gonna be a T there, so we can close that down with, is what I was told. They're gonna go down, at the furthest they would go would be in front of, is it Lord Sillenback? There.
They won't actually be in front of business and they'll stop before.
No, they're gonna stop there. All the businesses have been contacted verbally and they have all agreed. They haven't been yet. Again, we're going, and then we're gonna go in front of Executive Plaza as well.
Taking that whole block.
That block. We have verbals from everybody. Some have already signed a sheet that we do that. They're also wanting to, they haven't finished talking to everybody on 16th Street on Saturday and Sunday only for the bed races. And they're talking about having ethnic food deal on Saturday and Sunday and the kids races. And it probably would be when most, you know, almost all those, none of those businesses are open. They haven't got all those done. That would be on 16th from L to M.
Just that one day.
2
But
days,
you won't have
Saturday
that
and
closed.
Sunday. No, the
And
first
the
part is
intersection
where
will
the
stay
actual
open by the
carnival
radio
would come.
station, too.
What's that?
The radio station corner then on 16th will be, stay open other than that.
Well, it would go clear to that intersection, yes.
It'd be through the intersection or to.
I'm sure it would include the intersection,
Yes,
yes.
you make the turn there with the other one.
That's the way I understood it.
We'll
I
have
don't know
two
if that's
intersections closed there then.
correct. It'd be 15th